Harold, how's the football going?
Well, the high school football, we're done now. We lost our first playoff game, so we're finished. And the Spartans, we have two age groups that's still going. So
Yeah,
that's
the
a
little
good
guys
thing.
are kicking butt.
Yep, they were the 9U and 11U, they're Bayside champs. Now we're going into the states.
That's so exciting.
Where's that going to be?
That's in Kent Island this Saturday.
Oh, at least you don't have to go
Yep.
too far.
No, play a team out of Baltimore.
Wow.
What age group is that?
9-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said which age group?
Oh, 9U and 11U.
I bet the kids are really into it.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. I think the coaches are more into it than the kids, though.
Yeah. You have to communicate your enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
All right, I guess we should just get started then.
All right. I called the meeting to order at 6:03 p.m. and we are recording. And we don't have our secretary on, so we can't deal with the minutes. We'll have to postpone that. Wilmer Park Playground. Presumably because of the opposition from the neighbors, the playground had to go through the whole state approval process again. And we were hoping that it would get final approval last week. However, the Board of Public Works did not meet this month. So it looks like we hope we'll get a final approval to use the state money the first week of December. And then the contract can be signed. And let's hope the price hasn't changed during this delay. If it has, I don't know what's going to happen. I guess the town would have to negotiate. And then once things are undergoing, it's a 3 to 4 month. Once the contract is signed, 3 to 4 month process for ordering everything, getting it all shipped, and installing everything. And that's also dependent on the weather, because they can't pour the rubber when it's cold. In the meantime, we've been talking about fencing, and I wanted to show you a sketch I put together. Harold, I don't know if you can see this on your phone.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So on the left there, that is the diagram of the playground provided by the vendor. And the white spaces are the safety areas around each piece of equipment. And the blue, and both the white and the blue would be covered with the rubber surfacing. And so the idea on the right there is to build a little wooden slat fence, similar to the one at Ajax, but not quite as high. Just 2.5 feet should be enough. And put that around the edge, and then the area between the fence and the rubber surface would be native plantings, drought tolerant plants that should be low maintenance. And we'll talk to the garden club about getting that planted and maintained. Hopefully we can get a grant from Shore Rivers. And that'll be fun. The fence is about 350 feet long. I have not priced it out, but there's a possibility what's it called? Main Street, Chestertown, might be able to help fund the fence. So it's coming together. Oh, the other thing on the left, little pink boxes are proposed locations for some benches. And already we have one person who has come forward to donate a bench.
That's great. And how much has been taken into account to address like potential flooding issues? Is it like
The contract calls for the town will level it, and then the contractor, the installer, will put down 4 inches of crushed rock, and then the rubber surface goes over that. Case has a lot of experience doing this, and he's confident this will solve any problem. It's important that the rubber stay above, that the rubber not be flooded, because if what's underneath the rubber shifts, it could cause problems. But Case believes he has that well in hand. Other questions?
No, I'm all good with it.
All right, I'm really anxious for this to go in. Okay, let's talk about the replacement play set. I think we need to go to the town with a plan.
Sounds good to me, because we definitely need one.
And what should that consist of, Harold?
Well, I think the last one that we had that was donated to us, it was perfect. It wasn't small, and it wasn't a gigantic one. So at least 5 swings, sliding board, and it even had like one of the little playhouse attachments on it.
Okay.
So it was perfect.
Now, was that commercial grade or
No,
residential grade? Yeah.
it was donated to us, so it wasn't commercial grade.
And how many years did it last?
At least it was 3 years. I mean, it was used when we got it, and the town, they replaced some wood, replaced some shingles on it, painted it. So it was about 3 years.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope the town will go for something sturdier.
Absolutely.
Now, the surface around it, was it the like mulch?
Yes, it was. It wasn't the rubber. I definitely know that. It was mulch like.
And was that adequate?
was okay. I mean, we were really just getting started, so we was kind of happy with what we had. But I think now it's definitely time for advancement.
Okay. Well, maybe we can put together a couple of different options for the town to consider. I mean,
Okay.
I'm thinking with and without the rubber surface, because that stuff is expensive.
Yes, it is. I don't think we need the rubber surface. I think we can work around that.
Okay. Well, in that case, Dawn Holden out in Rock Hall
Mm-hmm.
designs playgrounds. Maybe we can get a proposal from her.
Okay. That would be great. I was in touch with her once by way of email. Maybe I could find her email again.
Okay, I have it if you don't.
Okay.
Hello, Frank.
Hey, I finally got on. Had a little issue, but I'm here.
All right.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, hi, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Oh, who
This
who
is
else is here? Who's got the Galaxy 5G?
That's me. That's Jose Medrano.
Oh, welcome.
Yes. I wanted
Hey,
to.
Jose.
Hey, how you doing, Frank?
I'm good.
Good, good. Yeah, I just was able to get on to it. Came back in, being out. So I think my name though appears as the Galaxy A7.
Yeah.
No, let's see.
5G.
I have to change that. Yeah.
Well, let's introduce ourselves for our new council member. I'm Jim Bogdan, even though my Zoom thing says Charles Taylor. That's my partner's account.
All right.
And I've been on the Recreation Commission for 3.5 years now. And moved to Chestertown 4 years ago. So I'm still learning the ropes, still learning how things get done around here. But so I guess we're all in the same boat that way.
Yeah.
Rosie, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Rosie. I've been on the commission for, I don't know, a few months, year, I don't remember. Hasn't been that long. And I know Jose. How are you?
Very good. Hi, Rosie. So, yeah, I've been here since 2003, as far as living in Chestertown, and we came over from Northern Virginia, and so I've gotten to know a bit about the community as well, interacting with different people and different walks of life and different areas of the county as well. So I've been very blessed that way. I think I've been enriched by the environment and the atmosphere, the things that I love about the area, community, the town. So I'm very grateful, for being here and being a part of this area and, for its future as well. So thank you for having this commission, and I'm glad that I was able to chime in and just listen and see what's going on and what the current situations are and concerns with some of the areas that I've been reading some of the past or watching some of the past Zoom meetings to get a little caught up on some of the things that have taken place, and hopefully we can resolve some of those and be able to satisfy everyone as best we can. There's always challenges, but I think we can work through them and come to some common ground that we could probably make good decisions and things that will benefit all of the residents. So thank you for having it. And I'm glad to be part of it right now and just to participate as much as I can. Thank
Look
you.
forward to working with you.
Yes, me
Um,
too.
I should have mentioned Rosie is our vice chair, and then our secretary is Frank. Frank, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I've been fortunate enough to, I'm Frank Rhodes, and I've been fortunate enough to know Jose, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, maybe longer than that. He's helping me move furniture in my business. So we have a good working relationship. He's a good guy, and I'm glad he's on this meeting. I've been on, I don't know how long I've been on the recreational committee, but it's been a quiet year, to say the least. But we've gotten a lot accomplished. I have to say, it's been tough, but we've gotten a lot accomplished. Rosie's wonderful to have on there, and Jim has just been. Jim's a hard worker, and Harold's just a wonderful guy. And who else is on there? I guess that's it. It's 5 of us, correct?
Yeah.
I can't see anyone else. So it's a good committee, and we're just going to keep forging ahead and get some stuff done. And I'm glad to have you on the town council,
Yes.
Jose. It'll be a
Thank you.
wonderful addition.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, Frank.
And last but not least, Harold Slimmerville. Do you guys know each
Yes,
other?
no. I guess we saved the best for last.
What's your last name?
So my name is Harold Somerville. I've been on the rec commission for maybe close to 5 years. It's a great commission to be a part of. I'm very active in the community with lots of youth. And I just like helping and being a part of something that's striving in the community.
Okay, that's good. You're not you related to Karen Somerville by any chance?
Yes, that's my cousin.
Oh, okay, great. She had a performance at the Mainstay, I think, this past Saturday.
Yes.
And I missed it. I felt so bad. I really wanted to see it again. She's a church secretary at Hope Fellowship.
Okay. Yeah, she gets her voice from me.
Oh man, you must.
Nah, look, I can't sing. That gift skipped me, man.
No, she can make the angels. She makes the angels weep. It's such a
it skipped right past me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like listening to her sing, and she performs well, and all her band.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's a great person, and I really
Yes, she is.
like her a lot. Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Good.
Definitely nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, guys. We'll
Now,
see.
Harold, are you the chair of the Washington Park Association?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys need to work together.
Sure.
Your ward, Mr.
Yep.
McDonald.
Yep, I know quite a few people over there. Then some of the guys that work with me lived out that way as well. And
Right.
it's actually down the street from me, because I'm at that Coventry Farm just a little bit up the road.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so
We'll have to get together.
yes, sir, definitely.
Okay, so we were talking about replacing the old playset at Carpenter Park. Mr. Medrano, did you hear that whole discussion?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Carpenter Park.
Yeah, that's the park. That's the name of the park in the middle of Washington Park. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So it's
And right now it doesn't have a playset there at all, or
Not at all. It was taken away for safety reasons. They said it was unsafe.
oh, okay. Maybe the style, the construction style, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be an old swimming pool there years ago, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was way back. Even that was close to the time I came. I think they had just taken it down, or they were still had it for one season.
That's what we had when we was growing up.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Washington Park.
Yeah, I remember that pool. They showed me that, some of the kids.
So Harold, what's the story on that? Because my understanding is Louisa Carpenter had left in her will that there was going to be an endowment for maintenance of that pool. What happened to it?
That's a long story. I think we need to do that off the record. That's a long story.
Okay.
I want to hear the whole story. I think the whole town needs to hear that whole story.
Yes. We will get together and I'll share that story of what I know.
Mm. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. So,
Yes.
But sometimes these pools, they shut them down because of the insurance liability risks, and the cost is so high. That's why many pools, they don't even give you diving boards anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Took those away. But yeah, that was nice. That was a much needed pool in that area there, because there was a lot of children grew up in that neighborhood.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of kids back in that time. That was the best part of being in that area, the pool.
Yeah, I bet it was. Yeah. Hmm.
I hope the pool can be reclaimed someday.
Prayerfully so.
So but the situation in the meantime, yeah, there was a playset donated to Carpenter Park. It was residential grade, not commercial grade. And,
Oh,
not really intended for a public playground. And it lasted only a few years, and then the town had to remove it. And that was just last summer, right?
Yes,
About a year ago.
it
So,
was a year ago.
and it's never been replaced. And so the Recreation Commission plans to approach the council and formally ask for a replacement.
gotcha.
A good quality, public grade, commercial grade that will last a long time. Mr. McDermott, when do you take office?
Not till January. We'll
Okay.
get sworn in. But yeah, January would be the swear in, so that'd be that first meeting, I believe. I'll get some information from Jen Mulligan. But,
Okay.
I think that's the timeline.
Well, we'll try to put forward a proposal to the council at very soon. So it'll probably be waiting for you when you take office.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Um,
And when we make the proposal, do we have any idea of how we expect the town to pay for it, or?
Yeah. Well, go ahead. You go ahead and respond to that if you want. I'm not sure yet. I'd have to see.
Yeah. I plan to just drop it in their laps and let I've been consistently listening to the town council meetings, and lately they keep talking about how the budget is healthy, how tax revenues are up. So maybe they'd be able to just approve it out of the general fund. Or they may defer it for the COVID funds.
That's possible. Yeah. If there's, yeah.
Although
see
I know the mayor wants to focus using those COVID funds on infrastructure, and I'm not sure, and he doesn't consider parks to be infrastructure, but given that this is a replacement playset, that's something new, I think a strong case can be made that the town needs to find the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with that. I think they'll have, yeah, we can. As far as now, yeah, if there's a few parks that need a little bit of attention besides Carpenter Park. We have weren't they planning, they're planning to move the play area that they created at the Ajax Park over to Wilmer Park, and then maybe try to broaden the size of the court there at Ajax to allow for maybe a full court. I know there were some proposals of putting 3 hoops or 3 baskets as well as a possibility. But I think a full court would be good there if that's possible, but I don't know. The land may not be enough to do something like that.
Well, yeah, that's been under discussion for quite a while.
Yeah,
The town council actually did make some decisions about that at a recent meeting. And they decided to have a one hoop half court with, and then also add a path between the parking lot and the rail trail. And then the remainder of the space would be used for a toddler playground. A major constraint, though, with Ajax Park is that the state owns an easement, the old railroad right-of-way, 30 feet along, 30 feet wide. And so that really limits what can be constructed there.
gotcha.
Frank, you want to add anything?
Well, I think that a playground on that easement, a little bit of playground won't hurt anything. They have a little swing set there now, so you could probably put something there, because that's what Case did, years ago, and they haven't had both those playgrounds are a little bit on the easement, but I'm just happy the court's going to be done. I think it's going to be a nice half court, 66 feet. It's going to be a 3-point line, and I think it's going to be a nice area for kids to play, small half court games, 3-on-3 or 5-on-5. It's going to be a nice setup for what we got out of it. So
That's true.
and it was easy to get where we did, wasn't it, Jim?
Oh, yeah. Very smooth process.
Yes, it was, but we're there. So
Now, we're being sarcastic, Mr. Madrano. There was a lot of controversy. Carla Johnson has been adamantly opposed to expanding the basketball court in any way.
Okay.
And she has put forward an alternative plan and is insisting on promoting that plan.
Yeah. I remember when I first came here in 2003, there was a bigger court, but also it was more run down, and you had, the only thing back there was a Tidewater Trader, and I think there was a bicycle shop that was the corner. You didn't have the more recent development that occurred there, but yeah, and maybe it's probably good that we got what we got, I guess. I mean, it is a basketball court, and you do have parking there. That parking is available, and it's right on the trail. So maybe that's as good as we can get. So, and we still have the one at Gateway, which is a full court, which is very nice. We'll like to see there probably have some kind of porta potty, maybe, during the summer and early spring, fall time, and that's something that could be considered. And then maybe a fence along the back end of it. Lighting could be nice as well, but and it may not disturb people because it's not near any residential area. As a matter of fact, it can make the whole corner safer if there's some illumination of lights, and could benefit people walking to the Royal Farms or heading back into town. Anyway, that's
the
something.
town has some challenges with lighting. I think
Yeah.
it causes, I don't know, lighting is an issue that's a challenge no matter how you look at it, but we've always liked lighting, but that's just not feasible, I don't think, right now. But that's a good thing discussion to bring up later. And also, I heard from Case that the plan of Ajax is set up the way it was designed to be, because the neighbors tried to change it again, and it's not going to change. So
All right.
let's move on to something fun.
Yep.
Okay. The mayor suggested to me, brought this issue up, kayak and windboard storage.
Hmm.
And I've been talking to Stu Gray. He's talked to this is the tall guy who's the windsurfer guy. He's talked to the Recreation Commission before. Anyway, he had some good ideas for what could be built. So I plan to go ahead and write something up and send it to the mayor. This is an example of kayak storage. It could be easily built on a little grassy strip that isn't being used for anything else at the marina. And the marina can actually charge for storage fees if they want. And it's just a simple wooden rack, wouldn't be difficult or expensive to construct. Stu recommends also a second storage place for windboards over in Wilmer Park, over near the college pavilion. There's a small put-in area for kayaks and boards over there. And again, it could be a simple wooden structure. Any discussion, comments, questions? Again, I was just doing some legwork on this for the mayor, so we'll submit it to him.
Could I say something?
Yeah,
I spoke to the mayor about another issue a while ago.
okay.
It'd be nice in town if we had like a permanent restroom area down in that park. Not like the porta potties, but like, you know, a solid unit. I know that at Wharton Park, they have one. And I think in town, they're worried about people, you know, coming in and sleeping in them. And he was telling me, or someone was telling me that over in Europe, they have this thing where if you're in there too long, it starts showering water down or something. That's I thought that was crazy, but I think it'd be nice if we could we need something down there. You're gonna have the playground and those porta potties out there just don't look. And they took the porta potties out of downtown, I guess, to keep people from in the park. I don't know. They're not there anymore. So something to think about, and maybe we're a recreational committee, but I guess that has something to do with just to get the ball rolling. Maybe we can start something there. Just a thought.
Yeah. At the last council meeting, they were talking about pulling together this citizens advisory group to talk about how to spend the COVID money. Remember, Frank, that we talked about trying to get you on that body. Well, it still hasn't been set up, but it's moving forward. Tom Hers is kind of the lead on that. And when the time comes for them to accept proposals or accept suggestions, I propose that we go ahead and send in several suggestions, including restrooms at Wilmer, lights at Gateway, and whatever else comes to mind. And if they haven't already done the playground, the playset at Carpenter Park, that certainly should be first in line for that money.
So are you saying that the money that's coming in, we could get grants for the lights and for those kind of things at Gateway Park?
Well, we could propose it. But
It's supposed to, the COVID money is supposed to be COVID related, and the government is allowing it to be used for like wastewater and sewage treatment, etc. It's not supposed to be used for roads or other kinds of hard infrastructure like that.
oh,
So it, like bathrooms, I could see
Yeah.
being feasible.
Okay.
Lighting and other like infrastructure, I don't see it being as feasible.
thank you for that clarification. Well, that's all
I think it would be, Jim, I think it would be interesting now that we have 2 new council members. What could we do, like a really just like kind of not overthink it process where we like say like let's partner with Jose and our 3rd ward and talk about, have like a community listening session for the parks in the 3rd ward. What are our priorities? Like, how much do we think needs to be invested? Just like very broad stroke priorities to, and so instead of just like throwing very specific pitches at the council and seeing what sticks, let's like do that for each ward, partner with a council member from that ward to host a listening session, maybe do some social media polling, and then write up a quick document that just has a few pointers being like, listen, like our #1 priorities in the 3rd ward with Carpenter Park. After that, we see over the next 3 to 5 years being able to do another playground in Bailey Park. This is the feedback we got. These are like what's most urgent, and this is how much we think needs to be invested, more or less.
Yeah, I like that idea. Because yeah, like you said, every ward has its own, issues with park space and stuff and things that they see are needed for their own communities. And so I like that idea of having the feedback from the communities themselves and in the respective wards, being able to put forth some type of recommendation or suggestion as to how to utilize those funds. The funds from the American Rescue Plan, yeah, some may have some stipulations on them. It's not just, there's going to be some limitations, but not. I think things like that we're talking about would be things that could be beneficial and could be used in that direction. As far as serious infrastructure work, with roads and things like that, that could be a more difficult thing. Even to put sidewalks in certain areas too, that could be a big problem. Or maybe something that is not going to be considered, but even though we need it, but I don't know, there may be some other priorities that they would see more fitting for those funds. We'll have till 2024, I think, to utilize those funds. So yeah, we'll have to give that a lot of thought. Sure.
Okay, well, as Frank mentioned, the restrooms in Wilmer Park would be probably top of our list.
Maybe, yeah. And the other park, maybe just a porta potty for now. That would be helpful too. The one at Gateway.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be, I guess, just like they do it at Quaker Neck Park, where you do have at the Quaker Neck Landing, there's always a porta potty put out there. And it's not there the whole year, but it's there for, during the season when it's spring, summer, and early fall. it's there, and so that's always beneficial. But that's also a place where the school bus has a turnabout. So it does help to facilitate, the driver of the bus that needs to go. Then he has a stop there, and plus for the people that use that launch for the boat, and and also the that dock. But anyway, the state could be some parks are designated as state parks. Then you also run into other little problems as well. Like some of these parks, they want to shut them down at dusk. But if you had lights, then you could justify, well, you can't justify it, but you would want to allow people to play a little longer if they're not disturbing the peace.
Especially this time of year when it gets dark so early.
Yeah, I know. It's just the way it is. But yeah.
I have one more thing to say. Someone mentioned sidewalks. I don't know who that was, but we're the recreational committee, but I live on Philosopher's Terrace and we don't have any sidewalks on this road. And it's just like kids every day, like in the morning, there's like about 8 or 10 of them just walking right up. People just walk right in the center of the road. There's no sidewalk. It's I know it could be a problem someday for the town. I think when Washington College put their new building in, they should have done something then, but no one did. So, and our representative isn't here, but just thought I'd bring that up. We're one of the only streets in town that does not have a sidewalk, and it could present a hazard someday. So
that's true. I think that's the entire Philosopher's Terrace.
Yes. Well, no, at the church at Kent Street, there's a sidewalk going down the side where Dollar General is, but when you come across, there's no sidewalk.
Yeah, on neither side. Yeah, that's true.
And there's kids walking here all the time. I mean, anyhow, that has nothing to do with the recreational, but I thought I heard something about sidewalks, so.
That's true. That's another area.
I think that is a valid issue for the Recreation Commission because, people need to get to the parks back and forth, and we want to encourage people not to use cars to walk or bike.
Yeah.
Well, people are walking up here with basketball players, all kinds of folks just walking up and down this right in the center of the road. It's just, I don't know. They should do something about it, but I'm sure there's a lot of other more important things to spend money on, but I just wanted to bring that up.
Well, does anyone have anything else? Oh, Frank, you were late to get on. We deferred approving minutes. Did we have minutes from last meeting?
Was I on the last meeting? I don't think I was. And you sent me a recording, but I have to be honest with you. I didn't listen to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were.
I apologize. In fact, I'm not even I guess I got to be taking minutes now. I haven't been writing anything down. So I'm a good reporter,
Yeah, I'll work with you on those.
Okay, thanks.
And at next meeting, we will address 2 sets of minutes then from last meeting and this meeting. Is there anything else?
I'm all good.
Would anyone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
I
Thank you for allowing me to participate today. Thank you.
Number one.